Hello students, I welcome you all for my today's class. So today we are going to discuss on a topic laser uses of laser in gynecology. So let's start it. We have covered about the different imaging techniques in gynecology in our previous classes. We have covered the use of endoscopy. We have already covered about the laparoscopy, hysteroscopy, salpingoscopy, etc., and examination under analysis, etc. Different types of imaging and different types of investigations which are needed in the gynecology. So last in the imaging techniques and the important investigations needed in gynecology includes the laser in gynecology. So the word laser is an acronym for light amplification by the stimulated emission of radiation. So laser means light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Okay. So here the physics of laser. First you have to understand the physics of laser, how the laser act actually. So laser is a very common procedure nowadays in not only in gynecology but in the skin diseases also it's used for cosmetic purpose also it's used. So laser plays a very important role nowadays in the medical science and in performing different procedures of surgery and gynecology. So physics of laser, the important physical properties of laser are monochromacity, that means the whenever the light beams of a particular laser have got the same wavelength, then that is called as monochromacity. Coherent, the light waves are all perfectly aligned and unidirectional. Collimated, the light beams run parallel and do not diverge, is called as collimulated. So light beams are collimulated. The laser beam can be converged by a convex lens to a sharp focus which is called as the spot size. So whenever these laser beams they are when they are converged by using a convex lens to a focus, and that focus is called as a spot size. Okay. Power density is a measure of a laser effects upon the tissue. So power density is the measure of laser effect. So how the laser affects on the tissue, that is measured in terms of power density, and it is expressed as watts by centimeter square. Smaller the spot size, greater is the power density. See, whenever the spot size is smaller, the power density will be greater. And one more important thing is that is the laser tissue interaction. How the laser tissue interaction occurs. So what happens when a beam of laser is interacts with the tissue of a human body. So first of all, what happens is the water in the cells, that is, as you know, the cells are made up of water. 80% by volume is made up of water only. So the water present in the cells starts boiling instantly at the temperature of 100 degrees Celsius. So when the laser beam pass over it, what happens, the water which is present in the cell starts boiling at a temperature of 100 degrees Celsius. Then what happens when the water boils? The 80% of the cell is made up of the water. So when the water starts boiling and vaporizing, the cells explodes and it vaporizes. Cell also explodes and it vaporizes. The cell protein and the minerals are incinerated and looks charred. So the cell protein and minerals become incinerated. They burn out completely and then they look very reddish. That is, the char red appearance will be there. So this is about the laser tissue interaction. The depth of the tissue destruction is very precise and there is very little lateral effect. So you can select a laser beam and its destruction. If you want to destruct some mass, some tumor or some tissue, then it's very precise. It does not damage the nearby areas. You can say the lateral effect is less. The laser effect depends on the power of the watt, spot size, power density, and the laser tissue contact time. So these are the factors which affect the laser power of the laser. It depends on the power, first the watts, how much watts laser beam we are using, spot size, then the power density, and the laser tissue contact time. Beams of carbon dioxide and NdGYAG laser, they are invisible. So these are the different types of laser which are invisible. And there is preferential absorption of laser by one tissue from the another. Common laser systems used in gynecology are carbon dioxide, NdYAG, KTP, and argon. Fiber optic laser Laparoscopy, KTP 532 and argon have the following advantages: accurate targeting, better hemostasis, contact modes of cutting, vaporization, coagulation, and less laser plumb production. Coming to the uses of laser in gynecology, principal use of laser in gynecology is for the purpose of tissue cutting, coagulation or vaporization. So if you want to cut any tissue, you can use the laser, and if you want to go for coagulation and vaporization of the tissue, you can also use the laser. It is widely used in the genital tract surgery and with endoscopic surgery. So along with the endoscopic surgery, you can use a laser instead of cautery. Cautery are using to cut the tissues, no? So similar, you can use the help of a laser beam. It is commonly used in the management of different types of cancer, or you can say that different types of carcinoma like CIN, cervical intraepithelial neoplasia, conization of the cervix, vulvar intraepithelial neoplasia VAIN, vaginal intraepithelial neoplasia, vaporization of the pelvic endometriosis. Yes, with the help of a laser beam, you can also burn the endometriotic tissues. So you can vaporize that pelvic endometriotic tissues also. Laser laparoscopy for the ovarian cystectomy, adhesiolysis. You can even cut the adhesions or present inside. Removal of the ectopic pregnancy and presacral neurectomy can be done with the help of a laser. See, you can see in the diagram, this is the laser beam, how the laser beam is passed through the vagina and through the cervix. It is for performing the procedures in the cervix, you are using the laser beam. See, this is the instrument which is used for the performance with the help of endoscope. You can see here different types of heads we are using, like vaginal head is there, and these different types of probes are connected to the laser machine. Here is a laser machine and it is having a scanner also, and endoscope also is connected with this. So through the endoscope we can first pass the endoscope, then later we can use the laser. Laser laparoscopy assisted hysteroscopy for dividing the large pedicle that have been coagulated or sutured ligated can be used. Hysteroscopic surgery or laser ablation of endometrium, resection of uterine septum, metroplasty and submucous fibroid. Yes, with the help of a laser, you can go for laser ablation of endometrium. You might have heard that if you don't want to go for the hysterectomy in the patient, if you want to preserve the uterus, then there is one method which is called as the ablation of endometrium. Yes, we have to burn the endometrium. So we can do this with the help of a laser also. Which is called as laser ablation of endometrium in the under the hysteroscopic visualization, hysteroscopic guidelines. That means we are visualizing the endometrial cavity with the help of a hysteroscope, and simultaneously we are doing laser ablation under the hysteroscopic guidance. Resection of the uterine septum, yes, uterine septum resection, this procedure is called as metroplasty. For performing metroplasty, we can use the help of the laser beams. And submucous fibroids which are present inside, again under the hysteroscopic view we can visualize the submucous fibroids and we can cut it with the help of a laser beams. So limitations of laser, yes, the instrument or the equipment which is needed is somewhat expensive, so one time investment it is needed. Technical complexity requires sufficient training, so everyone cannot perform this laser or endoscopic or laparoscopic surgeries. First it needs sufficient training, okay, and good experience to perform this type of procedures. So you can see here fraction carbon dioxide laser machine. Here you can see different gynecological heads are there, ultra pulsation scan head and dental head for the dental procedures, circumcision head, and you can see here these are used for different types of gynecological procedures as well as dental procedures also. Fractional laser, and these different types of probes are used for the gynecology. Coming to the hazards of laser system, laser must be used by a trained person, yes, which is very much needed. The laser protection guidelines must be strictly followed to protect the operator, assistant, the theatre staff and the patient from the accidental hazards. A laser control area LCA must have the warning signs when the laser is in use. So a separate area has to be prepared for the laser system, because the assistant and the working staff should protect themselves from the laser, because it is a harmful waves obviously. So special spectacles are to use to protect the eyes. Whoever are working in the laser room, the special laser control area LCA is prepared, and though the staff, assistant, operator and patient should protect themselves, especially the staff can wear the special spectacles or lenses to prevent themselves from the effect of the laser beams. Common hazards of the laser includes first on eyes, visual loss due to the corneal or retinal damage, skin damage, and the damage from the laser smoke. These are the bad effects or the hazards from the eyes of the laser. General, it may include a burn injury. Use of spirit and the paper drapes must be avoided in the theater. You should not use a spirit and the paper drapes because it can cause a burns or burn injury can be there. In inflammable anesthetic gases are to be used with the great care. Reflections of the laser beam is dangerous. Shining instruments are not to be used. Yes, if you have kept any shining instruments inside, the laser can reflect it and it can converge or diverge the different waves of the laser on the different surfaces. So shining instruments are not to be used when using the laser beam. Fire extinguisher should always be available, yes, because there are chances of burn or the fire in the laser control area, so all those things should be kept ready. And the plumb of the smoke should be extracted. So with when the tissue burn, the smoke comes, so that should be extracted, or there should be some exhaust fan or something like that to for the expulsion of the smokes which comes after the surgery. Okay, so this is all about the use of laser in gynecology. Thank you.